Hello.
Hi. I had to get a big yawn out of the way before we went on air. Sorry.
Testing, testing, testing.
1, 2, 3. All is go.
Hello.
Hi. Hey. Sorry.
That's all right.
I maybe had a last today. Running on no sleep. I'll be fine.
You're gonna be fine.
I'm sleepy, but I'm not like grouchy like I was last time. Remember I was really grouchy last time? Why was I? I can't remember now. Probably a medley of reasons.
Huh.
I should be grouchy today, but Ira, your microphone is not on.
We have a friend.
We have a little friend who's suffering from the leftover fair crud.
Is that really a term, fair crud?
I don't know. Every year after the fair, all Tunbridgeites get quite ill because we've been exposed to all the germs.
Why are we called Tunbridgeites?
I'm just using that expression because we've been exposed to 40,000 other people's germs.
Yeah.
Instead of our nice little mountain germs that we have here, we're getting germs from all
exposure.
over. Yes.
Exposure.
Although I have seemed to escape it the last couple of years because now that I work in the colonial kitchen, there's a little wall between me and people, so they can't be right in my face really anymore. And it's very hot in there, so I'm hoping that the heat just bakes all the germs out of things. Because people are talking right over the food that I'm preparing all day long, and then I eat. So you'd think I would be sicker than most.
Right.
But no.
But it was nice. Wasn't so hot this year.
Oh, it was fine.
So it was, the kitchen must have been nicer.
I was quite comfortable.
Because sometimes it's so hot in there.
Yeah.
Wow.
I like it hot, though. It can't get too hot for me.
Yeah. What was new at the fair this year?
I'll ask the kid.
A ride. But they replaced the bumper cars with it, and it's a very bad ride.
There were a lot of disappointed children that the bumper cars were missing. In fact, my little nephew, Joe, who is 5, had been desperately waiting to go on the bumper cars because, bumper cars, destruction, running into your parents, that's like a really fun thing. And then he was just devastated that there were no bumper cars.
It was his first year that he could go on the bumper cars, I think.
Yeah.
Because he's taller now?
How old is he?
5.
So you have to be a certain height to go on bumper cars?
I think they have that little measuring stick. If you're not this tall, you can't go on this.
Oh, that must be such a disappointment if you stand up to it and you're not making it.
I know. Ira had that happen once, didn't you? Many times. I mean, remember one?
Yeah, a lot of different places, like these go-karts that I couldn't go on. Then the next year, I was old enough, but when we got there, they changed the height limit and the age.
Well,
My God, it's hard to be a kid.
wow. So, new ride. What else? What else was new? Or a new experience for you?
They had a donut place.
That was new?
I think they've always had donut places.
Well, this one's different. It's new.
Was it better?
I didn't go to it.
Ah,
I just saw it.
I see.
He's really picky about his donuts and about all
I don't
food.
like donuts.
Yeah, I've seen you eat a donut before, but they have to be very specific types of donuts. Anyway, or maybe you just like the kind with frosting and you can lick the frosting off the top.
Yeah. Did you hear the train at 10:30?
No.
A train came through at 10:30.
Whoa, maybe they've switched to like a fall schedule.
No,
or something.
it wasn't Amtrak. It was just like
a
an
delivery.
engine in a car.
Huh. We were flying down to Sharon Academy quickly around that time because Eli left a bunch of stuff this morning when he went to school, including his water canteen, which he will desperately need for soccer practice. So we dropped some things.
Maybe Eli's listening right now.
I don't think so. I think they're doing some climate protests today.
If you are, Eli, hello.
He's at school, Ira. Are you just taunting him because you're not in school today?
No.
Okay.
He might be listening.
You never know.
I can like 99.999.
How could he listen at school?
Maybe they were looking for climate change radio channels, and they just went through ours, and they stopped.
That's logical.
Totally logical.
Could be.
Anyway.
Yeah.
You didn't go down to the old Tunbridge Fair, I take it?
No. No, I don't have kids to go with. So
I know, but you had grandkids visiting. They didn't feel like going down?
No, they were gone back to Italy.
Oh,
Yeah.
all right. Well, if I had to choose Italy or the Tunbridge Fair, I would probably choose Italy.
Yeah.
I'd choose the Tunbridge Fair.
Well, that's because you've never been to Italy. And neither have I, actually, but I still know that I would choose Italy.
Yeah.
Isn't there a lot of water there in the streets?
Oh, Venice.
There are canals in Venice, yes.
That's one city, one particular city.
That looks pretty.
Yeah.
Why is that kid out there playing with a wheelbarrow?
What kind of ridiculous question is that? Ira.
The one is
A baby
is the one
is on top of a flipped over wheelbarrow, like jumping on it.
with diapers.
It's fine. Babies amuse themselves in all kinds of different ways.
I had a joke about
I think you need to
diapers.
question their motives all the time. You had a question about diapers?
No, it's kind of a joke.
Oh, all right.
And one kid's crawling behind a bush.
They're not supposed to
Well,
go
I'm
in the
glad
bushes.
I'm glad you're up
Can't-
here watching out for them, Ira.
I can't believe they still have bushes. Remember, we talked about that, how they're like cutting down all the bushes.
Oh, God. You know what? I wish they'd do something, actually. Speaking of Sharon Academy, they have a beautiful trail system in back of the high school where the kids, hike and do all kinds of neat things. They're absolutely rampant with poison ivy everywhere. Everywhere. All around the soccer field, all these trails. It's just lush, beautiful poison ivy everywhere.
Oh, you're kidding.
And I'm like, some of their electives are, trail different things using all this.
Yeah.
And Eli was telling me yesterday how many times the ball rolled off the field into the poison ivy and, kids had to go get it. And then
Oh, yeah.
I'm a little concerned about that personally.
That kid down there just tipped over his tiny car.
All right. We probably don't need a play-by-play of the daycare on the radio.
It was like a car crash.
All right. Well, you watch out for them, and we'll do our radio show.
He just flipped it back over.
Okay.
Good.
How about you move your chair a few inches away from me so you can't get to my microphone every 5 seconds?
Yeah.
I might have to take you back to school.
So speaking of diapers, you know what they say about guys? They say, unless he wears a diaper, you can't change him.
Oh, yeah. I just heard that this weekend.
Oh, well, it's kind of true.
It's
you
totally
could say it
true.
about anybody. Just done it.
True. I think it's probably more. I think it's more true with the menfolk, though.
You do.
I feel like I've gone through a huge series of changes over my life, and I most of the male people that I know have seemed kind of the same.
They have staying power.
I guess.
The power to stay the same. The power to stay the same.
Huh. Super strange.
Maybe it is a superpower. Like to not change and get away with that.
A little kid just climbed onto the roof of his car.
Oh, my
Myra?
God.
And he fell off.
Oh,
And now he's just sitting there.
Okay.
Okay.
Thanks.
Yeah.
He's back up.
Ira.
it's a special vantage point here.
You
from,
just said that you
3.
didn't want your first job to be babysitting because you weren't interested in little kids. So you appear to be kind of interested.
Well, they smell weird and they poop a lot and
So do you.
it's boring and
It's not boring.
No,
I can
he's
tell you.
got a point.
I know, but like the boring thing I would argue with. It may not be very fun to watch other people's little kids, but it's definitely not boring. It's usually the opposite of boring, which is unfortunate. I remember when I was a teenager babysitting, I used to try to play the like, let's all pretend we're sleeping game, just because I wanted 5 seconds of like my own, to be inside my own brain. You know, they wanted to play house or dolls or whatever. I'll be like, let's all pretend we're asleep.
That's smart.
It never worked for more than 2 seconds.
Yeah, yeah. But
It bought you some peace and quiet for like literally
like 5 seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you know, that's something.
It is something.
Wish we could do that in life, you know, just say like, let's have a timeout.
A pause button.
Button. I'd like that sometimes when things are, you know, when you're in some kind of a challenging situation, wouldn't you like to just say, let's just take a time out?
I would.
Right?
I think we probably can do that.
And people
Why can't we do that? We could. If I was braver, I'd say it more often.
Well, everybody would have to agree to it. I don't think they're going to.
No, they're not.
Because people like to challenge each other.
Yeah.
now the little kid's wearing a bucket on his head.
Yeah, so am I.
Well, that's cool. Buckets are obvious choices as headwear, really. You know, I mean, they have a little strap, chin strap, and everything.
For effect, not practically speaking.
Well, yeah, I guess.
You know, that's why they made hats, so you wouldn't have to wear buckets.
Oh, right.
Right. I thought you knew that.
I guess I do now.
Well, there's a lot of things that I could teach you. Yeah.
Oh, it's so cold out, Kristina. I can't deal with this.
Oh, it's so wonderful. I can't believe how happy I am.
I'm back to like the freezing cold in my museum days. I had so much clothes on this week that it was...
You just need one good down jacket. That's it. One nice down
but the
jacket.
challenge is I have to look professional in a freezing cold situation. So, you know, I got picked on this spring for wearing my bib overall snow pants in my museum.
That's different.
Well, it was the only thing I had that could keep me warm enough in there. It's such a clammy, cold, dank coldness in there. It's just...
Okay. But I am so happy outside right now. I'm just like,
outside during the day is quite nice.
I hate August. It's my worst month.
August. It's my favorite month.
Worst possible month.
Favorite.
No, I'm high. I'm
want
high on life right now because the
God.
temperatures are cooler.
All I want is just to bake my brains like in the sun right now.
Well, you got that. You got a lot of it this summer.
Not enough. What, Ira? Are you going to tell me something?
My hands together with a string.
What was that?
What? Made a glove.
Out of string.
Yeah.
Nice.
He has woven the shade pull into some sort of finger covering. Okay.
Oh,
Ira, how about if you...
Guess what?
What?
I saw a snowplow this morning. Just to rub
You
it.
really know how to bring a girl down, don't you?
No, I can tell you exactly where it was. Somebody put their snowplow on their pickup truck already.
Of course they did.
Yeah, people want to get ahead. People...
Apparently it frosted night before last everywhere. Everyone's putting frost pictures up on Facebook. And I don't believe we got much of a frost at our house.
Downtown Chelsea did, but...
Yep, downtown Tunbridge. And even
up on the hill,
some of the hills in Tunbridge did, but not up as high as us.
Yeah, we didn't.
Which is good because I still have 2 or 3 weddings to go and I need my flower gardens to hold on.
Where's the Tunbridge dump?
Down the rec road, right? As you come up our road, just that first little road that you turn left.
Have you been there?
Yeah, I go there every
week?
Or twice a week sometimes.
What's it like?
It's lovely.
They have nice stuff in all the dumpsters, like bicycles.
Can you get stuff?
Yeah, we just bring everything back.
Is there a special? So you take stuff and then you bring stuff back.
Yeah. Well, if we take something down, our grandpa brings it to his house because he doesn't know. If he brings something down,
Butch.
we pick it up because we don't know it's his.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
We did
That's a
actually
good
have
system.
done that several times.
like
And
that.
we bring it back to his house.
Sure.
What was
That's Butch for you.
somebody? Maybe my brother-in-law Matt maybe dumped an old truck cap down there, and my dad was like, "Look at this!" and he brought it home, even though he'd seen it 100
Yeah.
times sitting in Matt's bushes.
Yeah.
And then I put an old patio table there one time, and my mom dragged it home again.
The dump is just so great.
That patio table's been around. I think she gave it to Myra now.
Well, I got a real ego boost at the dump last time I went.
Does Chelsea have one?
Chelsea has a dump, of course. It's
I
right
don't
at the
know where
bottom.
that
It's at the
is.
bottom of Pepper Road. It's the bottom
Oh.
of yes. It's like 2 miles from my house.
like
It's so
your
close.
neighbor.
It is totally. And so I went there and I pulled my trash out of my car. And Snook he's the guy that takes the money.
I know, Snook.
Yeah, well, Snook said he looked at me, and we never really had a personal conversation before, but he looked at me and he said, I heard you on the radio.
What?
He heard my song on DEV.
What?
He
Oh,
said
I thought you meant like you listened to this. I was
no,
like, what?
I don't think
What?
so.
Really? I
Well,
can't
we'll
picture
find
Snook
we'll
listening to
find
this.
out. Yeah, we'll find out. But
I like Snook because he raises money for the Humane Society.
yeah,
He has all those barrels for cans on his front
he's
porch.
the coolest guy.
He is. He used to work with my mom at Anakini for years, and my dad, and he used to make deliveries to New York City. What, Ira?
Maybe he is listening. Hello.
He's not.
Well, it's good to say hello just in case he is.
Hello,
right?
Snook.
That's polite.
Yes.
The least we can do.
Just saw him somewhere.
Yeah.
I only think he held the door open for me when I was getting a Creemee at Will's, probably.
Oh, that's awesome.
I'm starting to feel a little bit of panic because I know that the
gonna
Creemee days at Will's are
Yeah,
very
they're
numbered.
going to shut it down.
I begged. I said, please keep it open through foliage season. Wouldn't that be a good idea? Like, tourists coming through,
What'd
they
he
might
say?
want like a maple Creemee.
Yeah, sure.
So,
So?
they're considering this. I hope they do.
Who'd you talk to?
I can't remember if we talked to Will or if we just talked to one of the guys. I know I
Yeah.
say it every year to them though. Please
The guy.
don't shut this down.
Yeah, I always buy tuna fish there.
From Phil, the redheaded guy.
Phil,
Yeah.
redhead.
Yeah.
Red. There's nobody with red hair there.
Well, his hair was red probably once.
You mean the dairy farmer?
No. Nope.
What time is he there? Like in the
Evening.
afternoon?
No, I don't know. We only ever go through in the evening.
Maybe he's listening too. Hello.
He's not, but hi, Phil, if you are.
No, it must be.
We
the
had an
same guy.
argument about his name for ages because I could have sworn his name was like Patrick, and John said his name was Phil. And I'm like, oh, come on. We've seen this guy practically nightly for 2 years, and we don't know what his name is. And
I wish they had name tags.
I know.
Wouldn't that be nice? I mean, I would, if, just to be fair, I would wear one also. I would be happy to wear one into Will's just so the cashier
I can't find
would
my
know
name
that
tag.
my
I have one for
name
work, and I often wear it. Just,
What does it say?
It just says Emily Howe, Vermont Division of Historic Preservation, but I can't. I put it somewhere last week, and I haven't seen it since.
Did you give it away?
Now? Who is going to want that? It's got my name on it.
Well,
I wore it once.
oh, that's
Where
where,
did
it
you
went.
put it?
I just put it back where I found it. And then
think
you
it-
wore it the next day.
Well,
I think it might be in the
like
upstairs
if you have a
bathroom.
crush on somebody, you should give them your name tag.
Oh, yeah, that was a
You know,
thing actually when
like-
I was a snowboard instructor because we
Yeah.
all had name tags.
Right.
And if you wore like your boyfriend or girlfriend's one, it was like a thing.
That's
it was,
cool.
But it was a little weird too because it was like possession. Like you literally took their name tag and kept it on your person, like advertising that person belonged to you. I thought that was a little creepy actually.
Yeah, it's pretty creepy.
So
There's creepy stuff. There's a lot of creepy stuff in the world.
there's totally creepy stuff.
There's like creepy plants. Do you know about that?
Yeah. Are we talking about like, are you talking literally like Virginia creeper or are you talking about just plants that like the kind that eat bugs?
No, well, I have this plant that has huge tentacles that it started out just like a little,
Feed me, Seymour. That kind of plant.
what is that?
Little Shop of Horrors. You know the Venus flytrap that grows bigger and bigger and it sings, of course, because it's
I never saw that.
It's a musical.
I've heard of it.
And it eventually eats its keeper.
Really?
What, Ira?
I saw a mushroom that looked like a zombie finger sticking out of the ground.
Don't tell Aunt Myra. She'll be right all over that. She'll video it.
It's gone now.
My sister's obsessed with mushrooms, and I just don't get it. I don't know what there
It's
was
a vehicle.
that my parents did wrong in our upbringing to make her so obsessed
No,
with
it's
mushrooms.
a vehicle for her to shoot herself.
It could be.
It's a pretty harmless.
I just
harmless
hate mushrooms. I'm sorry.
She doesn't like them either.
She has them all in her house.
No,
she must like them a little. They're like drying in her pantry.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, maybe she does actually like them.
They just taste like dirt.
Well, they're not just for eating. They're for medicinal purposes, and they also look pretty.
I'm fine with looking at them now and then, but I really don't have any interest in mushrooms.
Oh, we can just look at them.
Okay.
And,
Didn't you had a mushroom phase, didn't you?
No, never.
I think you did, because I think you wanted a poster of mushrooms.
Oh, no, I did, but that's because I like the way they look, not because,
Okay.
I'm not like what's the name for a mycologist? I'm not an aspiring mycologist, if that's what you mean.
Okay, that is what I mean.
Yeah.
Ira, what?
Why are they eating pizza down there?
Maybe it's their lunch.
In the daycare, they eating pizza?
This is pizza day.
Fair.
I want Eli
pizza.
gets pizza at high school today.
Wish somebody would bring me pizza.
I haven't eaten pizza in several weeks. I should probably
make
remedy
some.
that.
I want to go to Village Pizza.
Let's just
They
make
have the
some.
good pizza.
And I like Village Pizza too, actually. A lot of people don't, but I like it because they're very cheesy. It's the kind of cheese that if you're not careful, you could choke.
Oh,
but I like that.
super
I like
cheese.
borderline chokeable cheese.
Okay.
Because it's just
It's good to know.
a lot
yeah,
of cheese.
it is thick cheese. It's thick cheese.
I am
It's hard
all
to
about
chew
that.
through. Like when you cook cheese and then you chew it and it doesn't quite chew up. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
It's dangerous.
It is.
Dangerous cheese.
So you probably shouldn't feed it to toddlers unless you cut it very small. Also, people, I'm just going to tell you again to cut your grapes in half when you give them to little kids, because I just saw another article about a kid choking on a grape, and that terrifies me. No. Choking is just scary.
Well, you didn't. I was scared by my plant.
Oh, yeah.
And we did never get back to that.
Well, let's go back to your plant.
Taking my plant.
Because watch out. I'm interrupting you, and Ira's about to interrupt me.
I don't like grapes, so I won't choke on one.
Okay. So that's good.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
So
no, I walked by the plant the other night.
Did it reach out and touch you?
No, but it had a bloom on it. This huge bloom. It's the only time
all of a sudden,
I've had it. I've had it probably for over 6 or 7 years, and it's never done anything but grow green tentacles. And all of a sudden, this bloom appeared on it.
Did you take its picture?
I thought about it, but it was nighttime, so it was hard to take a picture of it.
Okay.
And I got up close to it, and I smelled it, and it was like a beautiful, beautiful scent. Very mysterious. This turns out this is a night blooming cereus plant.
So then how are you going to take a picture?
But I'm telling you, it makes one bloom. Like,
ever?
It makes one.
Like
it makes,
every 7 years?
Once a year.
Well, so maybe you just missed it last time.
No, I never did miss it. It never bloomed before. I swear
How do you
to God.
know? You don't get up and look at it every night.
No, because you'd see you'd see what was left of the bloom. You see the bloom is like something out of a Hollywood
Do you examine
picture.
it this carefully? So it's gone now already?
It's gone. It's wilted. It's done. But I thought it was so creepy. It actually gave me shivers to see something that bloomed at night. That gave me the shivers.
Yeah, it should.
Wow. It's just something wrong with that.
I get kind of creeped out how everyone loves to go see. They say that corpse flower only blooms once in a. I don't remember.
Yeah,
the one that they have in the big Dartmouth greenhouse. And it's
kind of
huge,
like that.
And it smells like a dead body.
Yeah.
And everyone from all around goes and sees it. And I'm like, I feel like, that thing's always blooming because I always see it online. Like, oh, the very rare corpse flower is blooming. And I'm like, that very rare corpse flower was just blooming like 5 minutes ago. What are you talking about? And why does everyone want to go sniff the dead body flower?
Okay.
Sorry, that's just my...
All right. On that happy note,
yeah.
I actually have a song queued up called Tiny Flower. Can you believe it? That just happened completely accidentally. Completely.
Magic.
Yeah. So we'll see who can guess who this...
Say one thing.
Yeah.
I am awesome, and my name is Ira.
Great. Thank you for that.
I'm glad. Okay, here we go.
and so much more. Your voice rolls out like thunder, and gusty moods blow over and over me. But I like your laughter, the way it comes unexpectedly. Tough skin cannot cover all the things you hide from me. And I wonder who will love me tomorrow. And I wonder who will love me tonight, as I try to sift the man from his sorrow and rest the shadows of his soul into the light. When the house feels empty, I know you've gone to look for more. You'll dig the dark earth for hours and watch the lone hawk soar. You would search the stars to find a tiny flower, yet I wonder how you hear its voice at all, for it sleeps inside the hollow of your anger, while its petals like the rain begin to fall. Don't make that mistake, it's too easy to say I don't love you. Don't let your heart break, I am the one who won't leave. Don't make that mistake, it's too easy to say I don't love you. Don't let your heart break, I am the one who won't leave. Here you are to hold me, just a man who's loved before. You watch me pace my tower, you sit upon my shore, while I wonder who will love me tomorrow. While I wonder who will love me tonight. Is this wondering the same forgotten sorrow that drives you like the dreamer through the night? Don't make that mistake, it's too easy to say I don't love you. Don't let your heart break, I am the one who won't leave. Don't make that mistake, it's too easy to say I don't love you. Don't let your heart break, I am the one who won't leave.
All right, that was Tiny Flower. That was one of my
Hello.
oldies but goodies.
Hello? Does this work?
No.
I don't know. It might work.
Yeah,
Wait,
Ira's
hello?
trying to do a scientific experiment, but we don't think that it's working. But it was worth
She's
trying because
trying to
that's the
clamp
scientific
the
process.
headphones onto the microphone.
Yeah.
We are a little tangled here now. Okay, there we go.
Yeah, a little
There
bit
we
tangled.
go. There we be.
Yeah.
Ira?
If I press, well, tap on the microphone.
Yeah.
It makes noises.
I skipped lunch yesterday.
Really?
Yeah, you know why?
Why?
Because I was going to stop. I was on my way to a job, and I was going to stop and pick up some yogurt.
Mm-hmm.
And there was somebody sitting outside at a table that I didn't want to chit-chat with. So I pulled it and I parked, and I thought, oh, this is really stupid. You should just go in and get the food because you need some food.
Yeah, I wouldn't have either.
In the end, I decided not to, and I didn't eat all day until I got home like at 8 o'clock. It's pretty neurotic when you get to that point.
No.
And it was a totally nice person, like somebody I like.
Right. Well, sometimes that's even worse because then you
Yes.
feel like, okay, gotta go and have this whole conversation now. And
Because we don't know how to cut things short. We
No.
don't know how to just say, hey, how you doing? Yeah, I'm in a hurry.
I get actually good at that during the fair because, you know, of course, everyone in the world comes that you haven't seen in ages. So I started doing this thing where I would literally like walk partially by someone I would know, like on the Midway or something, and tap them on the shoulder while I was walking, be like, hey, how's it going? And keep walking. Like,
that's
it made
good.
me seem like I was basically in a rush someplace.
You had a job to do.
But I was like, great, connected with that person, said hi, but did not stop to chat.
Yeah, nice.
And they saw that I was like moving while I was talking.
Good job.
And that worked well because that's the thing that I dread the most about the fair is I don't do any of the fair stuff that's in between the museum area and down by the animals. I like to go see the animals in Floral Hall, but the in-between stuff I don't care about. But you have to get through all that stuff to get to the opposite ends of the fair where there's actually interesting things.
That's the Midway.
And that's where you get stopped by hundreds of people to chat in those uncomfortable, like, I haven't seen you since last year kind of conversations.
Right.
So I just barreled straight through.
Uh-huh.
And I said hello to everybody while walking, and that worked really well.
I went around.
Well, how do you go around?
You circumnavigated all of the...
Like out on the track?
Here comes the train.
The outside of the track?
Wait, I need to hold the
speaking of
microphone.
tracks, okay. You heard the train? Did you really? Are you kidding me? Should I open the door?
Yeah, I already have
Okay.
that window open. Can you shove the windows sideways? Hold on. It's coming, I promise. No, you slide it to the left. There you go. Okay, now you can hold this to the window.
There it is. Okay. It's coming through town. It's passing through. It's not picking up anybody. It's kind of sad. That's intense. Wow. What just happened? I feel like that's sad. You know what? I just figured something out.
Give me my microphone.
I just figured it out.
What's that yellow goo in that?
It's a lava lamp.
No, mine, no.
Ira, and so bring you back to school. Okay.
So, what's sad?
I think they were honking really loudly because another train was remember you said another one went by. Maybe they're just making sure it was out of there. Maybe.
No, they're just making a big point that they're not stopping for us. They're not stopping for anybody, and they're just making a big show of it. They're leaving us behind. That is that poignancy that I feel.
I'm sorry.
Not being picked up by the train and watching it
You
go.
have some conflicted feelings about train whistles.
Boy, I do. It really kind of makes me mad.
All right, you can probably shut the window now, Ira.
You know, I might want to go someplace.
Yeah, me too. I got
They
some
don't
stuff
care.
to do today. I'm a little bummed because I thought we were going to go someplace this weekend, but we're not now. So, because this is the only weekend where we don't have a wedding for a while.
Yeah.
And John was like, you know what? I've never been to this or that place. And we were just
Like
thinking
what?
we'd go. Oh, he wanted to go to Eastern States, the Big E Fair, because they have some amazing exhibits right now that he would like to see. And I'm like faired out. I actually don't love fairs, and I've just spent 4 days at one, and I wasn't really into going to another fair, but it sounds like the weather is going to be nice, and it's
I like fairs.
It's one where we don't know people, so that could be cool, and we could actually like wander around like tourists, and that one is really neat and historical and fun.
I bet you'll go.
No, we're not going. Because,
how do you know?
Because we just dropped hay this morning, so that means we are home for 4 days.
All right, gotcha.
And really tired. Ira, I swear to God. What do you want now? You're not holding it. You know how you don't like people to hold your chips in the back seat? You want to hold the chips? That's how I feel about the microphone. I'm holding this.
I don't hold the chip.
Yes, you do. When you and brother are sharing the chips, you have to hold them, or else you freak out.
Yeah,
do you ever get that way? Like if you share like French fries with somebody, don't you want to hold them? Doesn't that like... I am that way.
Well,
if I'm sharing something with someone, I want to hold it.
No, but when we go to Chelsea 108,
no one's holding it. We just put it in the middle.
No, it's on the table. We
That's
share.
Different.
Do you feel territorial about when we order fries?
No.
I don't either.
I'm just saying some reason
in the car. It's different in the car.
I want to hold the thing that I'm sharing.
There's no table.
You hold the Cheez-Its.
I hold the Cheez-Its.
You're still eating Cheez-Its after all the things we've talked about?
I told you last week I fell off the wagon and I am now eating Cheez-Its again.
Well, people are concerned.
It was like 2.5 years straight that I didn't even let one pass my lips. Yeah. And I was super proud.
Well, did you see the comments on the Facebook page? Someone was really concerned that you would maybe cut back on your cheese eating.
Oh, no.
They were concerned.
That was very brief. It was for 1 week only. Okay. I have cut back, actually. The cheese is lasting longer in our fridge.
You can't have it both ways. You can't say I didn't and I did.
No, I have cut back, but I am still eating it, definitely. My life would not be worth living if I didn't have some cheese in it. But I'm not eating like the block a day like I used to. So.
Okay.
But I haven't seen any vast improvements in anything
Well, you're looking pretty sharp.
No, my skin is going nuts, so I don't feel like maybe it's the naturopathic doctor told me if I cut cheese and dairy out of my diet, my skin would be much nicer, but
really
I've lightened it up and my skin is bad.
Okay.
So, you know what?
Okay.
You know what? Think about like Heidi and her grandfather living in the Swiss Alps. Do you think about Heidi?
I always think about a Heidi.
I do too. But all she ate was cheese. Literally all she ate was cheese and bread.
You're making an assumption.
And have you seen all those little pictures? She has like the most beautiful skin.
Well, she ate I don't know, apples, wild apples, probably.
I don't think so. I think she just ate...
In Switzerland, they have apples.
Cheese.
Up in the hills there, up in the mountains.
They just have cheese there.
Really?
In the hills,
Do you think
in the mountains. Yes, they pick it out of trees.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of,
and the goats just drop the
there.
block of cheeses in their lap. Anyway, I'm just... Whenever I feel... whenever someone says dairy is bad for your skin, I just think of little sweet Heidi.
How about this? I know what the antidote is for cheese problems.
What?
Lingonberries.
Oh, no.
I'm sure because this is what Heidi eats. She eats lingonberries with the cheese. I'm sure it balances.
Find those around here?
Well, you have
a feeling that they're very tart.
You have to go on a what do they call it? What do they call
Just the name sounds tart and gritty.
Wait, I don't mean Exodus. It's like, the
pilgrimage,
the Holy Grail. The Holy Grail for lingonberries. I think it's worthwhile.
The mission?
Yes.
Ira,
the quest.
Stinky little paws off my microphone.
That is this week's message. It's time to go on a quest.
For lingonberries?
Well, for us, it might be lingonberries, but we can't project that onto everybody. People have different objects to their quest.
John buys lingonberry jam, and I don't like it.
Where the heck do you get that?
If you see a food in a grocery store that's like unrecognizable, he must purchase it and bring it home. So we have lots of half-eaten like crap in our refrigerator
that was tasted.
That he just is so curious about. Well, what is this like? What is this like?
I guess if you went to Shaw's and you went through everything in the strange...
just get the damn grape jelly.
There's an aisle.
Damn grape jelly.
But there's an aisle with strange products.
And no.
There's an aisle that has...
And he loves that aisle. He spends way too much time.
The strange products aisle. I would
the weird names.
If they would stop if they would like cut the Muzak.
Or the one that says foreign foods. He likes that too.
I
So we
can't.
can buy like stuff that nobody really eats in real life, like matzo balls.
Well, I would go with him, and I would spend some time on the strange food aisle looking at those products
You could come and
carefully.
have some of the things in our
Except
refrigerator.
I
that
can't stand the Muzak.
Yeah.
It creeps me out. It makes me want to leave
I
the
haven't heard
grocery
any
store as
for a while.
fast as possible. Well, you
But
shop
I don't,
so much.
But I don't go in the grocery store that often. Usually
Why? 'Cause
John is
John
kind
goes.
enough to just let me sit in the car and read, and he will do it because I cannot stand
that's
trying to
kinda
drag
cool.
him through there.
Yeah.
Ira, let's not break the equipment in the... What are you doing?
Yeah, that's already broken. He can't break something that's broken.
Well, I don't
I
understand.
mean, I
what
guess
you're
you
doing,
could break it
so
further, but it's not going to make
just
it worse
don't
because it's
monkey
already
with
broken.
things. Probably they don't want kids monkeying with things in here.
I'm not monkeying with it.
No, he's Ira-ing.
You're doing something that looks concerning.
So I know you were just asking me about the wedding.
Yes, tell me about it.
What do you want to know?
Just everything.
Like
I don't
my
know.
older
Start at the
my
beginning.
older brother said that he came. He was weird.
Nice.
Like as usual, he was weird. You know what he always says to me? He's got this thing now that he says to me. He started saying it like in the last couple of years. He says, we kind of chit chat for a little while and all the nice stuff, and then he suddenly says, "So, what's wrong with you?" That's what he says.
What?
So, what's wrong with you? He says, because maybe,
So, all right, it's your brother, so you can probably just be like, I don't know, what's wrong with you?
Well, if I don't answer, like, immediately, he starts in on what's wrong with him, and he tells me all about his cataract surgery and this and that and everything, and then there's this pause, like I'm supposed to say, oh, yeah, well, I have ... I just think it's weird. I don't really know what he's getting at. He sort of rationalizes it by saying, oh, because it might be genetic, and I might have it too.
It's probably not genetic. Lots of things are less genetic than we think they are.
Okay, well, you tell him that, because
Did he wear leather pants to his nephew's
this
wedding?
is my older brother.
Okay.
My
all
younger
right.
brother would never say something like that to me.
Okay, all right.
It's my older brother, it's kind of...
I don't even know what your older brother looks like.
Guy. Well, he's kind of a strange guy. I mean, I like him. He's a nice person. If I met him, I think he's super nice, but he's a weird brother.
Wait, I thought both of your brothers were older.
Some people... No.
Than
Marek? He's younger. 10 years younger.
I thought they were both older than you.
No. The Rock...
I'm so confused at the moment. Okay.
Okay.
I thought you were the little sister.
No.
You're in the middle?
Yeah. I have middle child syndrome.
Oh my God.
If you couldn't tell already, I gotta
feel so gypped all my life. I have no idea what.
There's always somebody in the family that gets like...
Is gypped a racist term? I just realized. It's
Gypped?
probably short for like gypsy or something, right?
Well, that's okay.
It is.
It is.
We better not use that.
We read a book called Jip, and it said it in it.
There's a dog named Jip. Is that the
Is
one?
that the book?
No, it's about a boy.
But what I was going to
books
say
that you
when
guys
I was
read
so
in school are
when I
about
was
boys
so,
and dogs.
I was so rudely interrupted.
Sorry, go.
I was going to say there's always somebody in the family who kind of gets all the neuroses and all the weird.
Oh, so that's
like
the one.
That's me in the middle. I got all the weird stuff.
Oh, I thought you meant it's your older brother has it all. Well, if he's the one who's...
No, he has the least of it. And he wants,
why
so
is he
he's
telling
that's
you all
why
the
he's
problems
so
that he has?
That's why he's so quizzically, looks at me as some kind of a specimen.
Huh.
I'm a specimen to him.
Specimen.
And his wife is a doctor, which makes it even worse. So I think she's
maybe
kind of doing some like diagnosing on the side.
Yeah.
Like they're doing some diagnosis.
Sounds like he's maybe a little paranoid, though.
I don't know. I don't quite know how to handle it.
What do you do? What does it look like? There's something wrong with you?
I don't know. I mean,
No.
I don't know.
What?
If we put our heads up together like this, we can both listen out of this.
I'm good. You can have it. It can be all for you.
It's time for a song.
Okay.
I got Libby Kirkpatrick.
Kirkpatrick. It's
Kirkpatrick.
like two last names mixed together.
I know, it's cool. This is called
two first names.
Jenny's
Patrick Ross.
No.
Patrick?
Jenny's Eyes.
Okay.
I took the shade of a tree on a
walk downtown, and as I sat down, I saw the wide sweep of a valley with a highway for a smile, so it seemed a happy country mile. My mother wore a shirt with a print of the land, and I'd study it closely as I held her hand through neat little squares and the rolling hills, and it seemed she was everywhere. And the breeze sang my name neath the shade of a tree, though I saw through Jenny's eyes a wild sweep of England's dale, and I could go so many miles. But I took the shade of a tree on a walk downtown, and as I sat down I cried, 'cause the wind in the world sang a song so sweet, sentimental, and yet wise. My mother wore a shirt with the hue of the sun. I prayed for a sister who would never come, but soon came the moon, and with her I am one, and it seems we are everywhere.
Thank you, Libby. So I have some sad news.
What?
About
Please tell me another cat didn't die.
No, it's about my muffler.
Oh.
Yeah. It had, I knew it had a crack in it.
Bless you, Myra.
I knew it had a crack in it.
Yeah.
So, but it's bad. It's bad news, good news.
Okay.
Because the bad news is that I was driving home from a job and it fell off.
Oh.
But not all the way. So I was dragging it. But the good news is that it fell off. It finally sort of disengaged right at the bottom of my road. So I only had to drag it up 2 miles up to my house.
Perfect. That was super
it's
convenient
amazing.
of it.
It was. Yeah. Yeah. But then, I just, what are you going to do then? You got this muffler that's hanging down.
I know.
Right.
Well, do you know how to do the thing with the coat hangers and the
No, that wasn't going to work.
soup cans?
Not where it broke. So
okay.
I just went to sleep that night, and I didn't want to deal with it. So I dealt with it in the morning.
Nice.
Yeah, but I had to. I tried to get somebody to come help me, like my neighbor.
Yeah.
It's the kind of thing you want to have a guy come and fix it for you, or at least I'd need to get the muffler off
in your trunk. Yeah.
Yeah. But I couldn't get anybody to come over because everybody was busy or at work or something. I even called Frank Keene, who I'm not supposed to call anymore because he's not a car mechanic anymore, right? And he just said no. And no, so I got this big plumber's wrench. I was looking for a hammer, but I couldn't find the hammer, so I have found this huge plumber's wrench.
Do you have little ramps?
No, I had to crawl.
Hard to get under your car.
I know.
Unless you have
That's why I thought I couldn't do it, but I had to do it because I had to go to work and I had to get the muffler off. So I got the plumber's wrench and I just crawled under the car and I just whacked at it for about 10 minutes, and it finally came off. I'm pretty handy actually when it comes down to it.
There's just little things you could unscrew and take it off.
No, it wasn't a situation of unscrewing something. Right. I'll show it to you sometime if you want to crawl under my car. You can see what it looks like.
So it's off now still?
Yeah, it's off.
Mufflers are overrated.
Mufflers are definitely overrated.
Really I'm sure that we're going to lose one in the next few weeks now that Eli is driving, because he doesn't understand the way the rest of us do, where you're going to bottom out and scrape.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, where's your car parked?
Down there.
See if you can find it.
Yeah.
Her gold Subaru.
Yeah.
The license plate says Filth.
with no tailpipe currently.
It's probably
so it's a little noisy.
Yeah.
A little noisy. But
It
that's
just
kind of
makes
a
you way
badge
more
of
like badass around here.
I know, it's a badge of distinction for sure.
I know.
At first I was embarrassed. Like I was definitely embarrassed dragging the muffler. That's embarrassing.
Yeah, that's different.
Yeah,
That
but
just
once
shows
it was
neglect.
off and now it's just noisy, I feel kind of cool. Like, yeah, I have a crappy car. Yeah, I do. I'm proud of it. I worked hard for this
We
crappy
just found
car.
a new mechanic up on Derry Hill that
Oh.
you might actually like.
Really?
He's like a kid, but he's good.
Well, we have one of those in Chelsea,
He's not
but the
expensive.
fact is that I need a place where I can sit and wait.
Yeah,
That's the problem. That's why I go to the
this
place that I do.
problem with this one is he's good and he's cheap, but you just have to leave it there and then come back and get it in a few weeks.
Yeah, and
that's the deal.
And I don't
you
have
can't.
anybody to pick me up or.
And that was really hard for us too, even though, we have 2 cars. Having only 1 car for a bunch of time this summer was really hard. Because we usually have to be in 4 places at once,
Yeah,
the 2 of us.
you
so
do.
that was very, very difficult.
Yeah.
But,
Oh man.
well, mufflers, maybe you should just leave it off for the whole winter because it's just going to fall off again in the spring if your car lasts that long. It's always such a gamble deciding these things. We decided just never... Well, we didn't decide. We just forgot to take our studded snow tires off all summer long.
Oh,
so
really?
now they're still on there, which is kind of cool because now we don't have to make an
good
appointment
for
to get the other
you.
ones on.
That worked out.
But they probably are bad now because we drove on them all summer.
What the heck?
Just,
It's
I
like,
just
do
don't
you
have
have
time for this. I don't
Well,
have time to get my tires
It's
changed.
exactly like, thinking that you have to brush your teeth at night rather than the next day.
I brush my teeth like 3 or 4 times a day. You can't use that analogy.
Well, some
you can't
people,
use that one.
Yeah, but some
I
people,
even floss. Damn it.
because some people are more self-conscious about their mouth. Like, you're the kind of person that if we're at the diner having a meal, every time you chew and talk, you cover your mouth. Like, you
I
talk.
do. Well, that's because I chew my food like 37 times before swallowing, and so that's a lot of time without talking. I need to usually interrupt you at some point, and I don't want to spit my food at you while I'm doing that.
Yeah, but you wouldn't spit your food.
I might.
It's kind of just an idea that you can't show your mouth.
Well, I don't
Because
want to
you're
chew with my
self-conscious
mouth
about
open,
your mouth.
and it takes me so long to eat, and I still want to have a conversation.
But I don't care.
Other people put the food in their mouth,
Your
and
mouth
they chew it a
is-
couple times, and they swallow, and then they can talk.
No.
But I have to be eating the whole time we're there because I'm such a slow eater, so I have to talk with my mouth full. It's just part of the thing.
I think this explanation
of
is a
being
huge
me.
construct that you've thought
No,
up.
I really take
to
a long
justify
time to eat. I
your-
take little bites, and I
your
have a very
aberrant behavior.
small. What's the tube that goes down your throat? Not your esophagus. I guess it's your
throat
esophagus.
What's the tube that goes down your throat? Are
Well,
you talking
whatever
about
I have is very small.
Oh, I might have learned about this in health. I think it might be the throat tube.
No, you didn't. That is not what
The
it's called.
throat
It's your
tube?
esophagus. But I also have a crooked bite. See how my top teeth overhang my bottom teeth? So
That's
I
normal.
do not. No, I know it's a normal little. I have a very large overbite. So my chewing isn't very efficient.
But guess what?
What? It's
my
time for a song?
my teeth
Oh,
fit together in the morning, and then 2 hours later they don't fit together.
that's weird.
Isn't that weird?
Yeah.
That's TMJ, I think it's called. It's like when your jaw is kind of floaty and it moves around.
I want a floaty
Remember I
jaw.
told you I
That'd be
had
cool.
an earache all summer?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's why?
Well, part of it.
You just find that out?
I should have told my brother.
That I think might happen to me because when I'm asleep, my mouth is closed, but they don't fit together.
Ooh. That's not, yeah. Does he grind his teeth?
A little bit.
Yeah. There you go.
Both my kids
That's
are
stuff.
teeth grinders.
Yeah.
What's teeth grinders?
Like you go grrrr with your teeth in the night. Like you grit them together. That's why I gave you a pacifier for so long because the pediatrician said to stick something in your mouth when you're little because you were
Why didn't you just give me a lollipop?
at night you would choke on it.
No, I used to give my kids lollipops at night.
No, you didn't.
Sugarless. Yes, I did. When they had
they-
sore throats and stuff,
oh.
sometimes I would.
Well, I just don't
Yeah.
want to fall asleep with it.
I don't know why I'm thinking of this, but can we go to Storyland this summer?
Summer's over, dude.
Well, this.
Why don't you go this weekend?
Yeah.
We can't.
John
You're gonna
wants
go
to
visit
take a
your
field
dad.
trip.
No, he's gonna hay. We have to hay.
Okay, whatever.
Sorry, Ira. We will probably not go this summer. But you know what? Storyline's more fun if you skip a summer now and then.
Maybe.
Gotta say.
Can I just...
3 summers.
Can I jump in here?
Yes, of course.
Maybe what my brother wants me to say is that I've been diagnosed with a mental illness.
Oh.
Do you think
and then
it's
he
that?
could feel better about his own?
Or, well, he already thinks I'm crazy, so maybe he just wants to get me to say
you're
it.
Crazy.
Well, because he's so straight. He never
really
thinks
weird.
about
Does he
things.
ask Merrick these things?
No.
I would say of the two of you, he's more crazy than you.
Well,
I mean, he wears pleather pants, and you don't.
I would if I could. I wear suede.
He's probably listening right now. Hello.
He's not. He's not. All the people you think are listening are not listening.
Yeah, my family doesn't
you
listen
know?
to
I
my
can gosh
to the
darn
show.
guarantee.
No, just my friends who like the fact that I'm crazy, whereas your family doesn't like you to be crazy.
I know.
Because it might be catching.
Same.
I don't know, because they identify that
It's so shameful.
they're stuck with you. So they don't want
Right.
you to be a nut.
Yes.
But
No.
unfortunately,
It's too
they are
close.
stuck
It's too
with me, and
close
I
to
am a
them. They
nut.
don't-
Yeah.
It's charming
But
in
there's-
friends.
there's
It's
so
less
much-
charming in a family member, I guess.
But the thing is, there's so much truth in a nut. In a nutshell. No, there really is. I say there's so many things that I say that they think are nuts.
that aren't. Is what you mean.
I don't know what I mean. I really don't.
I-
Oh, but I know we haven't talked about UFOs for a while.
Man. Oh, no, I know what I was going to say.
I saw like 5 the other night.
They were planes. They were airplanes.
No, they weren't.
At night,
Yeah.
Yeah,
How do you
they're
know?
all blinking right next to each other.
they could have been the blinker star. Right?
No.
No? Okay, could have been a UFO. I'm all for it.
We still, my sister Jen, who is like,
She,
as the normal one in the family, still insists that she saw the UFOs a few summers ago.
yeah. There's a great website called alliesofhumanity.org. Anybody interested in this stuff should look it up.
Oh, I thought you were talking to me. I'm like,
No, I know you won't.
No.
You're hopeless. But we
so
are on the
hopeless.
radio.
I'll look
so.
it up.
Okay.
Now I need to take my mask.
no, give me that back. You are a little alien.
Let's see. Oh, it's time to get off the air.
What?
You should announce like what the show is and all that stuff. Could
11th
you
hour
add-
radio.
Let me just say one thing.
Say it.
Myra is awesome.
You already said that. You can't repeat that. You're taking our precious radio time, and we have to say what our show is. You tell us what our show is.
11th
Say it faster.
hour
Radio. 96.5 LP
No,
WFVR.
6.5
No.
FW.
Shh.
You guys need to practice.
God.
That is really bad. That's
You
the worst you've ever
guys
done
have
it.
been listening to 11th Hour Radio on South Royalton Community Radio, WFVR LP 96.5. Thank you to our sponsors and underwriters. What are we going to go out on, Kristina?
Myra is awesome.
No.
We're going to go out on a track by Val McCallum called Brothers, which he wrote about his brother. And
Nice.
thanks for listening.
And
Thanks.
Myra is awesome.
Yeah,
Bye,
Ira
guys.
is awesome.
We'll see you next
So,
Friday.
take
My
care,
kid
everybody.
is so going to school.
Myra's awesome.
I remember that Bronco that you used to ride, just hanging on for dear life as you raged on through the night. And I always had this feeling that you might not make it out alive. And in the morning couldn't even remember where you left that lonely to die. Sometimes in the dark, when the world kicking ass and taking names. You kept your foot on the gas as your life went up in flames. And all the tourists on Sunset, well, they haven't changed. They're selling maps to the stars that just blow out all the same. Sometimes in the dark, when the world's turned black, I stare across this canyon and feel you looking back, smiling like a fire from your distant home, till I run out of road I'll never find anyone like you in this life again. Brothers till the end. I'm feeling your spirit till I'm no more, following sunset till it hits the shore. I'm feeling your spirit till I'm no more, I'm following sunset till it hits the shore.